Do you ever feel like you're living in autopilot? Take a moment to pause and reflect on your life with me. Let's explore our thoughts, emotions, and actions to gain a deeper understanding of ourselves. We can tap into our strength and identify our weaknesses to set meaningful goals to become our best selves. I'm going to help you with the process of self reflection. But before we get started, welcome to the Upcoming Club, a place where we talk about self improvement and personal finance. With that being said, let's jump right in. Number one, understanding the difference between self reflection and rumination is priority. Constructive self reflection is when you consider a specific experience from your past and list down the tasks, activities, events, and situations that made up that experience and carefully analyze your actions, thoughts, and feelings to come up with better response to similar situations in the future. Whereas rumination is the negative process of going deep in thought, brooding and criticizing your past self and how you acted at a certain time. This results in depression and demolition of self-esteem and confidence, as well as suicidal thoughts. So have caution when self-reflecting not to fall into the pit of rumination and negative thoughts. Here is a simple way to stay positive and on course to a healthy and productive mental look into the mirror. Reflective thoughts are inquisitive but impartial or truthful. For instance, you might ask yourself, who am I really? What if this future scares me the most? What spurred me on to do that? Why did I act in that manner? On the other hand, ruminating thoughts usually tend to be more unfavorable, critical, and emotional. For instance, what is wrong with me that I did such a stupid thing? If you start to drift to the dark side, it's okay. Just take a break and try again later. In a sense, you are pointing out a situation that happened to you or that you were a part of that might be a teaching moment. If you are unsure of what counts as a learning opportunity, consider the following. If you felt even slightly forced to step outside of your comfort zone, or if you feel you weren't sure how to handle a situation, the opportunity to learn from the experience is likely to present itself. It was undoubtedly a learning opportunity if it inspired you to act in some way. Number two, list your feelings. According to research from psychologists and mental welfare institutes, being able to name your emotions can change the way you behave and lessen the power that unfavorable emotions like rage or frustration have over you. Emotional labeling, or the act of naming emotions, appears straightforward but has profoundly transformative powers. Consider how frequently you rush through your workday without noticing how you are feeling. If you are like most people, you probably have too much going on to take a moment to check in with yourself. It's also possible to become mired in a never ending cycle of unimaginable and overwhelming feelings like stress, fear, or doubts that seem amorphous and unsurmountable and out of your control. These factors all contribute to imposter syndrome and burnout. This is especially true for sensitive strivers who are both high achievers and sensitive individuals. Strivers who are sensitive can experience the fullness of positive emotions like inspiration and gratitude, but they can also become more readily and for a longer period of time mired in negative emotions like annoyance and disappointment. Sensitive strivers frequently experience many different emotions at once, which can cause them to become shut down. Emotional labeling enters some at this point. Understanding your feelings will help you become more self aware. Regardless of whether you're experiencing happiness, sadness, anger, or something completely different, it feels really good to express how you're feeling. To become more conscious of your thoughts and feelings, try adding a new word to your emotional vocabulary. Your emotional vocabulary should include words like receptive, ecstatic, blessed, reassured, curious, resentful, and ignorant. Be able to describe your core principles, how you can develop and become the best version of yourself if you don't know what's important to you. Spend some time reflecting on your priorities so that you can assess your level of commitment to those ideals. According to studies, when you name your emotions, they immediately lose control over you and cause less physical discomfort. Emotional labeling offers emotional clarity, allowing you to better understand what occurred, how it affected you, and how it might affect you in the future, and how to proceed. Saying "I feel" can help you control your reaction and move on more quickly rather than spiraling. Lowering emotional reactivity and enhancing general mental health require acknowledging your feelings rather than ignoring them. Naming your emotions is a crucial skill. Whether you are dealing with intense emotions after making a mistake, trying to manage a conflict, or asserting yourself at work. Number 3. Seek assistance. Self-reflection can occasionally be challenging to do on your own. There is no shame in asking a loved one or a qualified professional for support if you need assistance processing difficult feelings or circumstances. In a secure setting, professionals can assist you in developing your capacity for self-reflection. If you notice that rumination is a problem, they can also help and explore any underlying problems that might be a contributing factor. By asking for help, you won't have to deal with a condition alone. Dealing with condition alone can be a very isolating experience, and dealing with difficult times alone isn't the solution. By asking for assistance, you can create a community of people who can support you and relate to your situation. This group of people can provide pertinent and useful direction. By communicating openly and honestly, you can create relationships that are better and healthier. By asking for assistance, you can learn how to deal with problems that could harm your well-being and mental health. Getting help will help you improve your relationships, make new friends, learn how to deal with challenges that arise every day, and figure out what works and what doesn't work for you. Long term, all of these things will be to your advantage, making you happier and healthier. There is a lot to be thankful for at the conclusion of a journey of self-reflection. In the end, let's celebrate our accomplishments and recognize our hard work, from the little victories to the big victories. Let's pause a moment to consider our successes and give ourselves the credit we meant. Learning something new about us is also a significant victory. So even when reflecting on the said memories, do not forget that it's all worth it. And when we have identified our bad behavior and regrettable mistakes, we should be happy that we have now opened our eyes to such things and celebrate that moment of learning, then strive to be better. What do you think, guys? Do you have trouble engaging self-reflection? Or would you like to share with us your self-reflection experiences? Please share your thoughts in the comment section and we'll happily reply to each and every comment. And with that being said, see you next Sunday.